Here is an update on the COVID-19 situation for June 7th. 7,548 patients have recovered and have been discharged. This brings the total number of recoveries to 534,357 cases. There are 14 imported cases. The other 5,257 are local infections. A total of 84,269 patients are still receiving treatment.
Hello and good morning to our lecturer Dr. Bala and my beloved classmate. I am Afiq from Group 17. We are here, would like to present our group work is about redesigning the ATM machine in COVID pandemic. We chose ATM machine is because it's related to the current situation. During this pandemic, many consumers use ATM machine to transact. So, we sought to reduce COVID-19 infection during the use of ATM machine by redesigning it.
Report 1. Type of research. We have chosen to use the quantitative method. The survey form was sent directly to the respondent who are mostly using the ATM machine via media social. Decision. This is the section where we divide the respondent who has previously used an ATM machine or never used. This is the easiest way for us to divide any respondent who has never been directly used an ATM machine. As for questionnaire section, we decide to use the probability sampling as we agree that is the easiest and the most appropriate way to use the current situation. Analyze the data and the survey response rate. In concluding this survey, we use two types of analysis. First is percentage and the second is Likert scale. First statement is, do you often use the ATM machine? More than half respondents say yes. Second, there are too many people in this one place when I am using ATM machine during this pandemic. Most respondents agree with that statement. Third, there are too many indirect touch to the ATM machine during this pandemic. Most respondents agree with that question. Fourth, the process of withdrawal is time consuming during this pandemic. Most respondents mostly neutral. Fifth, I am feeling comfortable when using the ATM machine during this pandemic. Most respondent is neutral with that statement. Sixth, there are people who did not wear masks while using the ATM machine. There are 50-50 and 50-50 people who agree and disagree. People are lacking awareness in SOP when queuing up. Mostly agree with that statement. There are people that did not scan my Sejahtera and temperature when using the ATM machine. Mostly agree. The faster process of the withdrawal can help the reduce of getting COVID-19. Mostly agree with that statement. 10. The redesign of the ATM is necessary because of the pandemic. Mostly agree with that statement. And the last statement is contactless ATM machines are capable of reducing the risk of getting infected by the COVID-19. Mostly agree. Analysis and conclusion. Briefly to conclude that from our survey, majority of our respondents, which is 78 out of 22%, are often use the ATM machine while neither are rarely use it. We can conclude that most of the people who use the ATM machine has the same problem and fear when they are using the ATM machine during this pandemic.
For the addition of the redesign, there are several features added and redesigned to ensure our safety when using the ATM machine during the COVID-19 pandemic. We have made 3 design ideas, and each design has 2 sections, which is the overall design and the ATM machine design. For design 1, the overall design, the machine will be put in a small room made from glass that can only fit 1 person, so people will not gather in one place. There will be several ATM rooms in that area, and automatic hand sanitizer will be provided at the entrance. For the ATM machine design, the machine will be using hand gesture. The machine will also have camera and temperature scanner to detect our face and temperature, and if our temperature is too high, the machine will give a warning and will not proceed to the next page. The machine will only work for the people with normal temperature to avoid any risks during this COVID-19 pandemic. There will also be screen display that doesn't have any touchscreen or button function in it, so there will be no contact with the machine. And lastly, a card scanner to scan our debit or credit card when doing transaction. For design 2, the overall design, the design mainly focus on no contact or whatsoever on the ATM. Yellow color is used because it can be easily seen from far away. For the ATM machine design, the machine only using apps and scanner to withdraw money or doing transaction. The main focus on this design is quick transaction, so this ATM machine will not have a very long lineup. And lastly, for design 3, the overall design, this design is more emphasized on SOP compliance. It is equipped with glass border to distance people with others. It is only fit 1% at a time. In addition, this design provides a full body sanitizer which will be automatically detected when a person enters the room. For the ATM machine design, this machine will no longer use button to continue with transaction, but it has new function which is microphone that detect our voice. User don't have to worry anymore because they don't have to touch anything on the machine. User can use the microphone to give instructions to the machine, such as to withdraw money, insert money, and so on. So they must feel safe and comfortable when using this machine because no more touch is needed while doing the process of withdrawing money.
Okay, in this research study, we use quantitative method to assess user perception of the environment through Google Forms. So the Google Form, the survey, we sent directly via WhatsApp, via social media, through the to the respondent who are the mostly used ATM machine. The collected data will be analyzed for further research so that we can learn about the perspective shared by the user or respondent. Question and sample for the report 1. So as we introduced in the report 1, it is really complicated for the redesign purpose. So in the first session of our survey, introducing about us, so that the respondent understand what we are doing and what we are dealing. So we also include a disclaimer that explain what the respondent should expect if they volunteer their information for our survey. And it was very important that we inform our respondent that their information will not be used for any other reasons. Okay, for the decision making, in this section we are divided a respondent into 3 ideas way. One who picked the idea 1, idea 2, and idea 3. So this is the easiest way for us to divide the respondent for better analysis. We divide the survey into 3 sections. Section 1 start with the question, in your opinion. Please choose the design that you think will help the community to reduce COVID-19 infection. Okay. So after they answer the section 2, they will need to answer all of the questionnaire. So the section 2 is the design lah. The idea 1, idea 2, idea 3. Okay. So in the questionnaire section, we use two critical survey component, the item and scale. The goal here is to separate the statement and the scale of the survey. We also made the opinion opener in this survey so that the respondent can express their opinion. So next we go to the sampling method. So when doing studies on a group of individuals, it is difficult to be able to get the data from any member of the group. Instead, you want a sample. The sample is the group of people who will potentially take part in the study. So sampling methods are classified into 2 types, the probability sample and non-probability sample. So after discussion between our groups, so we decided to use probability sample because it was the easiest and the most appropriate way to use in this current situation of the COVID-19 pandemic. So that's all for the sampling method. We go to the next presenter. Okay, thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Nozikri. Now I will talk about our report to data analysis. After we release our survey and got our result, we proceed to the next step, which is doing review and calculating our result. For your information, we use two types of analysis, which is percentage scale and question. First question we asked about was which design that they prefer between these three. And our design 3 wins with 21 votes out of 56. Then we proceed to the next question. First and foremost, we ask them if our design can prevent us from touching the ATM machine directly. This is their response with 33 people answer strongly agree. Next, we ask if our design can maintain 1 meter social distancing between other users. 30% out of 50 strongly agree with it. After that, we continue with the next question, which is the transaction process will be quicker with our design. 62% or 31 respondents were strongly agree with it. Next, we ask them if the design will make the user feel comfortable and safe. As a result, there are 32 respondents which agree with this. Finally, the last question we asked was, is the design follow the standard operating procedure or SOP? 70% of the respondents or 35 out of 50% strongly agree with it. For the next part of the survey was the respondent opinion and feedback and their satisfaction on the design. We got so many feedback and advices for our design. For example, some said that we need to work on the shape and color of our design. There are also some who give their opinion in upgrading our design. For example, here. That's all for data analysis. Thank you for listening.
Okay, so back to me again. So I will elaborate the analysis discussion and conclusion. So we managed to collect 51 people from our survey. The respondents are important for this research because we can get their feedbacks and opinion so that we can improve our final design, which is the ATM machine. We show our tree design and ask them about the tree effectiveness against COVID-19. And first thing they have to do is vote the design, the tree design, so that they think the most suitable to use during this pandemic era. So there are 56 votes for the tree design that we show them. This is because there are several respondents that vote for 2 designs. So we accept that since that's the design they are choosing can be effective during the pandemic. So out of 56 votes, 37.5%, which is the equivalent to 21 votes, choose design 3, while design 1 and 2 have 35.7%, which is equivalent to 20 votes, and 26.8%, which is equivalent to 15 votes respectively. We decided to choose design 3, the most voted design, as our final design, and we'll add some improvement based on the respondent. Okay. Next, after they choose the design, we ask them about the effectiveness of the design during the pandemic. So we also ask them about whether the design can provide us from touching the machine, can maintain the social distancing, can if the machine will follow the SOP, and we also ask them if the machine can provide faster transaction, and if they will feel safe and comfortable using the ATM machine. And lastly, we ask them by using the Likert scale method, which number 1 is being the strongly disagree and number 5 being strongly agree. So for the question, most of the respondents they choose 5. They choose number 5, strongly agree, and 4 agree for each question, which average of 30 respond for number 5 strongly agree, and average of 10 respond with 4 agree. And for our most voted design 3, majority of the respondents respond with 5 strongly agree on each question. Thus, we can conclude that design 3 is very effective to use during this COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, for our last question, we asked the respondent for their opinion about the design for design 3, while many of the respondents are satisfied with the design, and some comment we take consideration to improve our design. So some respondents saying that using voice might feel unsafe, and we have to make sure the security is more secure. Some also suggest that elderly might not be able to understand the machine, and we think that those feedback are very important, really important to us, so that we can get enough data to improve our final design. Okay, thank you. That's all.
Hi everyone, come back to me and I will show you our final design. After making a survey, we found that many people choose design 3 as the best design. Out of 56 responses, design 3 got 21 votes, and this means design 3 is the highest rate value of the others design. Besides, we add some improvement based on the responses, and this is our final design. In overall term, the machine will be put a small room made from glass. That means people can see the inside from a direction, and that can only fit one person, so people will not gather in one place. This machine is equipped with a full body sanitizer system. It will automatically detect if there are people entering the machine room. On the part of the ATM machine, the machine no longer uses the button, but is equipped with a new function, namely a microphone. The customer can use the microphone to give instructions to the machine, such as withdrawing money, inserting money, and so on. After you insert the card, the screen will display a tutorial how to use this machine, especially to the elderly. While inside, your voice will not be heard outside, and you will be able to withdraw money safely. I think that's all from us, and thank you so much.